Hello everyone, my name is Caden Lisa and you're watching Afternoon After School Season 3. This is our first formal interview for you. Today I will be interviewing Mr. Ian Flint. Hello. How are you doing today?
Great, yeah.
That's good to hear. So right now we're recording during my internship block, so it was perfect for the both of us that we were able to get this going. My first question for you is, what brought you to Dartmouth High School?
Well, I'm originally from Philadelphia area. I went to college at Westchester, and I marched in a drum corps called the Cadets. And at the drum corps, I was taught by Mr. Ungst when I was a student there, and I had the opportunity to go back and teach the drum corps a little bit after college. And through that, I spent 2 years working there with Mr. Ungst, and a position opened up at Dartmouth, the brass director position, and I moved up to Dartmouth, Massachusetts. It was about 15 years ago, so I worked here for Dartmouth for about 9 years, and then after that I went to Vermont for 5 years, and I was a director, ran my own program in northern Vermont.
What school was it?
It was Bellows Free Academy, so it was a K-12 school with about 900 students, so it's a really, really small school, but it had a really big music program by the time I left. So.
Yeah, which grade? Like, was it like all from kindergarten to 12, they all...
Yeah, the whole building was kindergarten through 12, yeah, so they had everything. So you go to the library, there would be kindergartners and there would be seniors in the library at the same time.
Are they all like in the music program?
Well, yeah, grades? there were 4 different music teachers, so we all kind of taught things together. But my primary job was 5th to 12th grade band, so I directed that part of the program, and then assisted out with everything else with the choral program and general music.
Yeah, because you're actually the new band director as of this year, correct?
I am, yeah, so I'm the new band director here at Dartmouth. So that's part of my job as the director of music at Dartmouth. The job is a couple different things. Part of that is overseeing the music department for the whole school district, but I also do teach, so it's a unique job for Dartmouth.
Yeah, because you're taking over Mr. Kingsland, correct? Yeah.
Correct, yep.
And it's nice to have a familiar face back to take over the reign that Mr. Kingsland left.
Yeah, like I taught you back in 6th grade.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the students are the same students that I had back in elementary, middle school. So it's really great to see those
back at Dartmouth
familiar faces.
Next question is, how did the band adapt to the COVID-19 outbreak?
You know, the strategy we really went after with the COVID thing was to make sure that we were able to have a season and it went really smooth. So, you know, we knew that it was going to be different. So in late June, early July, we kind of came up with a different plan. And part of that plan was to make sure we followed all the protocols. The other thing with the plan was to make sure that we gave as close of an experience as possible as we would normally do in a fall. So I would say everything was students first. So it was like, if you play marimba, like for you, how do we make it so that you play marimba and play it at a high level and that you can compete and do a regular show like a normal fall? And that was the goal of the program. And that was, you know, a whole team of people that put that together with the staff. And I mean, that was really the approach was, how do we make it as close to normal, knowing we're not going to be able to do normal marching?
Yeah, and the biggest difference is, at least in hindsight, at the top of my head there's now, the shows are split up in 3, right? You can only meet up for 3 hours instead of like the longer practices we used to have, I believe, right? And then there's no more going out to shows. We instead record them at the middle school in the stadium. Yeah,
and we kind of knew the recording part. We kind of knew going into it. U.S. bands, our normal circuit, they had set up a virtual competition, so we knew that we were going to have opportunities for doing virtual competitions, so we wanted to set up the shows, design the shows so they worked in that format, which was definitely different.
Yeah, because I know like for the percussion, percussion and other shows too, they like design like little areas like rest where people can like clap in between parts, but like, and there's not going to be people there, so you got to like think about that.
Yep.
What were the themes in the shows and like why?
Yeah, so the themes of the show, really what we did is we talked to the staff, like, what can each group do that's going to work for them? You know, for the percussion group, we started to design a fall marching band show, and so we had some music already in place. We had percussion already started to learn the music for that, so we figured the best way to go about a percussion show was to take that similar music and then just input it into a percussion show. We extended, Mr. Ungst extended some parts of the show to make it work, and you know, now it's a percussion feature, so we're going to feature just the percussion. We need to make sure that there's always something that draws your attention. For the color guard, it was just knowing the guidelines that it's got to be 6 feet apart. So a lot of times there's interaction between the performers, and we knew, how do we do it a little different? Well, we had some staging with props and things for them to interact with, and then have to create an audio track. So that's different because usually the band is the audio track.
Yeah. Because like for Winter Guard, they have their own audio track in the background. Yes.
Yeah, and this was the thing, right? So we're really good with the indoor thing. Our groups are some of the best groups in the country. So we knew we could do indoor well. So we figured let's take our indoor model and move it to the fall.
Bring it outside. Yep.
Yeah, and then for the winds, it was. We didn't know the guidelines were constantly changing for them. So at first we were going to do little smaller groups, but once we found out we could have, as long as we were less than 50 or 45, we could do, based on the guidelines, we could do a show with all the winds. So, and that was great because that was as close to marching band as we could get for them.
Yeah, that's ideal.
So that was like really last minute. Once we knew we could do it, we picked the music on a Friday and we had the arrangements on a Monday. It was really, really quick.
Yeah. So, were you guys happy with the final product for all 3 shows?
Yeah, I think they all turned out really well. The biggest thing with the shows was, to feature each section and make sure that, we had those moments programmed in the shows. For the winds, their group, at first we were planning on just doing one song and we had a little more extra time, so we added another parts of the production on. And that was great. Some of the music was super challenging. I know for the percussion it was really hard.
Yeah.
The one thing that was great for the color guard was we were able to really feature the upperclassmen, the veteran members, and then at the same time integrate the brand new members that apparently had, it was their first time doing the group.
Yeah.
So able to kind of customize the show to each individual person. So yeah, I felt like it went really well.
Yeah. Now my final question for you is that where can people find the shows now that the season's over? Yeah,
so the shows, everything was produced on this thing called Flow Marching, and there's a entire Flow Sports network. So you'll find, usually the athletics they do on it are wrestling and cross country and different kind of sporting events you might not see on ESPN or a large network. So they actually have a Flow marching network, which is all just marching arts. And the shows have been on there all fall. It is a subscription-based thing. But we hope to get some of these videos out to the general public through DCTV and through YouTube and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. You're the first interview.
Nice.
Yeah, first interview of the season, so
that's great.
Good. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been great.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Can we splice back?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can splice it.
Were you happy with it? Was that the question?
Yeah, you guys happy with the final product?
Oh, I kind of answered the wrong question. That's why I was like, wait.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
So do you want me to ask it again?
Yeah, let's do that again.
Hello everyone, my name is Caden Lisa. I am the lead director of the DHS TV media program under the wing of Mr. Parati. For the past 2 years now, I have been running my own talk show called Afternoon After School, and I am proud to say that we are entering our 3rd season now. We have started production about a couple weeks ago. It's a little tough to find time to meet up because of cohorts and all that. It will be available on the DHS TV Media YouTube channel for all of those who are subscribed and not subscribed. One upcoming interview we have is myself. I am interviewing Ian Flint, who is the brand new director of the Dartmouth High School music program. Also coming through the timeline later, we will be talking with the cross-country team as well as the dance club here at Dartmouth High School. I hope you all are looking forward to what we have in the pipeline.
You can find all of these interviews and more on the DHS TV Media YouTube channel. Especially look forward to this show, Season 3 of Afternoon After School.
Most definitely.
You will see a lot of episodes with Caden.
And Kyle.
Yeah!
And the entire crew at the Dartmouth High School TV and Media Club. Stay tuned, y'all. Dude, I have to look this way because I can't tell. What's up? Yeah, alright. Well, it's also gonna be the what? Cross crunchy. Is that confirmed? Are we doing cross country episode?
We're still rolling, right?